When Custom Xfinity tonight in the Pro Stock Series, they're going to do the dash. This is an honor. I've talked with this gentleman quite a few times in post-race interviews. He's been wanting to get up in the booth. Jake, the great, is up here with us. Mr. K Taddy also, as always, Puddin's right here with you guys. We are looking for a dash winner tonight. Does anybody have any picks?
Oh, we're live. Oh, okay. I'm excited. Thanks for having me up here in the booth. It's definitely a lot of fun to be up here. Picks? I'm not sure. I think it's too early. Too early to tell.
So there's
Got
only
it?
six guys. There's only six guys running in this dash. Two advance. The total driver count. We got Weedman, Grim Sanity, Old Guy, Irish Madness, Dimebags, and Brian SP. Irish Madness. I've raced with him in another league. He used to race with one of our captains, Mills, in his own separate league on Saturdays. The guy's good. Real quick, you're gonna have to blue screen. We got told to accept, and then we'll finish this.
All
I
right,
need an
real quick,
invite
we'll
too.
be right back.
I'll need one as well.
Okay, I'll send you both.
I apologize, Puddin and Taddy, because I was supposed to get stats about how many laps and fuel and all that for every track that I was going to write down this season. For Xfinity, I did not do it for Daytona, but we should be about,
You should
I would
have on
assume, yeah, I got it. 18
Brian
laps on
SP,
the fuel tank? 20?
What? What
For
was the
fuel?
question? Fuel is 24, just like the Cup cars were. There's 80 laps in the race later. We're on 2 times. We're not on 3 times this season for the Xfinity guys.
Right.
we got
So it's a little
Weedman, Grim
different.
Sanity, Old Guy, Irish Madness, Dimebacks, and Brian, like he just said, trying to dash their way in. Two will make it. Four of these guys are going to put their car in the hauler. We're going to jump right in real quick, and we're going to get to do some dash racing at Daytona. I love how what you've done, like with the series, starting off at Daytona. K Taddy, you've done such a great job. Daytona is obviously the best opener. It is the opener. Uh, can't wait to wait.
Yeah, we're underway
Blotches here
here.
are coming up too,
Yep.
but
We are under green.
The 35 of
Jake, it's
Irish Madness is our leader with the 22 of Grim Sanity. So actually, it's funny. I said we'd get back to it. The guys that I would be looking at, again, I've raced with Irish Madness from Mills League, and Grim Sanity has been putting in some serious time here working on these Xfinity cars. He's a Truck Series regular, as is the 74 here of Old Guy. Top 5 in playoffs in every season he's been in the Truck Series. So all three of those guys up front are going to be hard to beat. So right now, if you're one of these other guys, I just want to stay hooked up in the draft and follow them until maybe make a last lap pass.
As you say that, I see Brian SP way out of the draft. Could be playing it safe. Maybe he's thinking there'll be a wreck at some point, but at
guys
this
getting
point,
real
oh, we
aggressive
got
up front.
contact.
Yep.
Looks
Go
like
ahead.
the 61 is out. Uh, Possible engine failure there. Not sure what happened there, but back at the front,
That was a
little
mistake.
contact.
He was the one that set up the lobby. G9 was
Gotcha.
not supposed to be a member.
Gotcha. I'm starting to see a little bit of a gap between, looks like fourth and fifth. Oh, crunching 18 forcing his way through there.
Wayman moves up to second. So that was a good move by Grim Sanity there. So something that we seen last night in the Cup Dash. Robbie Vids was third in line, and we had Smitty and Checkmate teammates working with P1, P2, and coming off four on the final lap. Usually at Daytona, if there's people in front of you, you can usually make a move and maybe pass one before your run stalls out and you start falling back again. You're not going to pass both of them typically, and that's exactly what happened. Robbie timed it perfectly. He shot out
did.
from third. He got past the guy in second, but before the line and before his run stalled out, so he finished second and advanced. And these
Oh, we got a
Grim Sanity trying to
spinner.
make sure that didn't happen. Yeah, it looked like he kept going down on the apron there, and Weedman wasn't allowing it. You can't pass below the yellow line. So
That's right.
Weedman did nothing wrong there. It looked like Grim Sanity was trying to push an issue. Weedman did not give him the room, so that is a legit move. You hate to see that happen if you are Grim Sanity, but we got new contenders up front now with Grim being out there. That's got Old Guy and Weedman looking good here.
That's something I'm going to be watching all season long in the Xfinity. How much are these guys going to give room? I truly believe the first two should push. they don't even have to push. I've ran many races where I did not push the leader, and it still seemed like a very long train of cars. I want to see at least half a car length in between from third on back. I don't want to see bumper to bumper because that's what's going to cause these issues.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So we got Weedman right here. Like you said, can be pushing, doesn't need to, but he's right on the tail of Irish Madness. If I'm him, I'm pushing. A little bit different than what you were saying, but if I'm old guy, I'm probably sitting back about a tenth or two,
Yep.
possibly 2/10. You're still going to have the draft. You're still going to suck up. You can save fuel because you don't have to run full wide open. You can even, as it sucks you up, you can lift, give a little bit more space. And what this does is, if those guys do have a problem, they can either
Oh,
save
here we
it or you
go.
have time to react.
Looks like the 35 got off the bottom just a little bit. Maybe have scraped the apron just a tad. Allows the 18 and the 74 to go through. So now, old guy in position to transfer. I was just going to say, before, if this was coming to the white flag, I feel like the 74 was at a disadvantage. He doesn't have anyone else behind him, so his move would have been solely on himself. As he gets pushed down just a little bit, they're still fighting it out. This might allow the back half of the group, maybe Brian SP and Dimebags, if they can get hooked up, they could catch them if these front runners continue to race.
We have
14
19 people
nobody's
watching this
broadcasting.
Dash Out YouTube land. Everybody out there, thanks for watching. We got RJ Smitty, Woodruff, Sports Legend. He says, come on, let's go, Graham, Keystone Cowboy. He'll be participating a little bit later tonight. Robert Russian, we know him as Night King. Great to have him out there, guys. Philip Brown says, what's up? We all know him as Arch. We have so many people just for the Dash. 20 now. 20. Right as we were talking. There you go, Joey out there. Joey Duzet,
Awesome.
because I was talking about that last night. Get his name pronounced correctly. We are giggity style doing Daytona custom stuff. I love it.
Yeah,
Right now,
that's pretty
Weedman
nice
out
to see
front.
all the. Oh, sorry. It's pretty nice to see all these followers. Weedman's doing a good job. Old guy's doing a pretty good job of staying on his tail, and exactly what we talked about. A little bit different of when old guy was the guy in third. He was nose to tail pushing the front two. As now we see, like I said, Irish Madness. He's a good seasoned veteran. Maybe not with Giggity, but he's a good seasoned veteran. He's giving them that room. He's giving them not about a half a car, maybe a quarter of a car. Let them.
So,
If something happens, he's not involved in it. He can capitalize and has time to think, react, respond. I really like what he's doing back there in that 35.
We'd
yeah, I
been one
just
of the
hopped
guys getting
back
signed in
to
the off season. He was racing for Little Man Reason. Sorry, Jake. I did get to race with him quite a bit earlier. They were doing some practice. A lot of people putting in a time here with their custom setups. They don't want it one lap. They don't want that one lap special. They want that long run car, and they were all working on that today. Go ahead, Jake. I apologize.
I was just looking back at Brian SP. It looks like he's severely underpowered. Maybe he lost a cylinder there. A lot of front end damage. He's just coasting around. A lot of twitch movements. A lot of lag. It looks like from that car, but heavily damaged on the 66. He might be out of this. But you never say never. It's never over till the checker flag. So
Yeah, let's
but
keep in
earlier,
mind. So
go ahead.
P1 and P2, if they get to racing and an incident happens like what we seen earlier with Grim Sanity in that 22, if one of these guys catches the apron and spins out, they're going to fall back and they're going to be in the same predicament as Grim Sanity or those guys, and possibly a two-car wreck right here. If I'm any of these three, if it's me personally, I'm riding around until the last lap. And if I'm Irish Madness, I'm probably going to fall back about a half second entering 3. So coming off 4, I have that full head of steam and can go to the outside and try to make my move into second before the checkered. But again, that's just my own personal take. Everybody to each their own on their methods.
Once again, this is the Dash, so everything out on the line for these guys. They would love to make that big show tonight. Everybody trying to work really hard. Everything out on the line. They will push their limits. They will take every inch when it's given to them. Trying to get into that show tonight. Still up here, Irish Madness in that 35 car, sitting in third. Goes down to a little below the yellow line. No harm, no foul for him. This lead par, any one of these lead 3 cars can make the Dash, make big show tonight. Let's see how it pans out for it. But the strategy, do you think these guys are in the same chat party, talking with each other, trying to work with each other, or are they going to communicate with driving style?
So I can tell you 100% that they're not in the same chat party. Remember this season we're doing teams, and each team is allowed to bring 4 cars to the track to try and make the field, whether it be points drivers or dash drivers. So that 18 does not have a teammate out there. The 61 of G9, he set up the lobby and he's in the pit lane right now, he would have been a teammate, but again, he's a regular tonight. The 74 is the Chevy Camaro, and that 35 is another Toyota, but not a member of that Joe Gibb team. So these guys are not teammates. What they're trying to do is make the event later and help their teammate try to get that victory later. So only two can make it. Only two teams are going to have that extra driver. I know underdogs, we don't have a guy in this dash, as I have 4 regulars. So these guys are definitely trying to do all they can to be able to help their guys later.
You know, one thing I'm noticing is that 35, he seems to be practicing for the last lap. I see him trying to lay back. I can hear him on board lifting a little bit. He's trying to, it looks like he's trying to practice getting a run, seeing if he can get up to second place. If I was in his shoes, I'd probably be doing the same thing. Still probably plenty of laps to try. Here he goes again. He's going to try to go to the outside.
Yeah, I like
Looks
it.
like he's not going to get there.
I like it, and I agree with you. It definitely looks like he's practicing, trying to see what it's going to take to try to make that move. If it's me, though, again, it's here that you need to practice your move, 3 and 4. I keep seeing him poke out. See, this is perfect. This is right here on exit. Oh, there
here he
you go.
goes.
You got old guy to go up. He got down underneath him. Here we go. Great move by that 35
Little
Irish
door
Madness.
tap.
Little contact.
Chevy on Toyota crime. 2 of those Toyotas starting to work with each other right there. RKM once again out there in YouTube land, trying to get me to break up and lap quite a bit. It's always great to have him paying attention, but these guys are definitely working real hard. That's the
And just
example
like
when you talk.
that-
You make a small mistake on that, give them just that little bit on the inside, guys. You're going to kind of root him out of the way. I guess is the best way to say that. But these guys do have a lot on the line, trying to get into the big show tonight. Jake and K Taddy up here in the booth, putting the night. Great to have you up here, Jake. You're doing such a great job. I know we talked about doing this earlier, and I'm excited to have you up here quite often.
Thanks. Just like that, you see that when the 74, he might have just clipped the apron. Oh, down at the bottom. Oh, I thought that was a wreck for a moment. But the 74, he was locked in. He was just content riding behind the 18. As you see, the 18 is going to go up and help the 74. Seems like he prefers to have the 74 push him rather than the 35. That could be a huge disadvantage come to the white flag for that 35 if he tries to make a move. We know, at least as up to this point, the 18 likes that 74 pushing him.
Yeah, something else. I don't know the lap count, but I do know that in about 3 to 4 laps, if there's that many left, these guys are gonna be in lap traffic. So this is a completely new ball game if they catch those guys, you know. But it looks like the pressure's amped up here. Irish Madness is trying. He's peeking out every time. Old guy was fighting hard when he got past. I'm thinking they're probably within the last 5 laps here of this run.
And we
Keep in
saw
mind,
it last
guys, there's
night,
only a
Taddy, where
13%
lap traffic
hold.
helped people.
I mean, I was lap traffic and I pushed Fluffy to a win. That's teamwork, you know what I mean? But again, nobody out here has any teammates. The only one, I think the 66 might be teammates with the 35, Brian SP. But I know Grim Sanity, he's in a Ford. He's struggling. He's by himself after spinning earlier. And Dimebags, I don't think the 08 is partners with the 74. But again, I don't know, maybe.
It's going to make me wonder if when they do catch this lap traffic, it looks like Brian SP will be the first car they catch, knowing that he's got a bit of damage, possibly down a cylinder. He is with the 22. If they still have enough power to latch on to these front 3, unless there's enough damage where they won't be able to. So, like you said, if there's a teammate a lap down, this could help some, this could hurt others.
He might not be able to latch onto him, but what he could do is become a pick. If Brian and Irish Madness are teammates, and Brian could hold the bottom and make everyone go to the outside. And if they time it right, Irish could get to the outside of Old Guy before they get there and make Old Guy have to lift behind Brian.
It reminds me of a Talladega race, the season finale for the presets. I can't remember who was with me, but we caught some lap traffic and the front 4 went around them. But I actually stuck to the bottom and pushed that lap car, and it actually benefited me for a few laps until pit stops, obviously. But that's it. It looks like it's over.
I do believe, yeah. Power and numbers too. Those 3 cars definitely worked well together, and I think that we're going to see
Leadman and Old Guy, are they the 2 that advanced?
I think I don't know.
I think
if-
Irish got him.
I think it could be. We'll have to see the official results here.
Sorry, on my screen I switched over and I was watching Brian and Grim. I didn't even realize it was last lap.
And that's unfortunate for Brian and Grimm. We all know we've all raced with them quite a few times. Again, they were trying to dash their way into, had an unfortunate circumstance for them. Start out early. Brian and Grimm, great racers. Weedman, newly to Giggity, got signed by Little Man. Great to have him back. Got the game a little bit later. I've raced with him quite a bit in Heat 3, so let's see how this pans out. But raced with Old Man, quite old guy, excuse me, quite a bit. So I believe, though, it was Old Guy and Irish. I do believe, but like I said with well, like Jake said, let's see what the official results are.
It looked pretty close. I was kind of distracted. I was looking at the bottom of my screen rather than the actual racing when I was mentioning that Talladega incident.
So
But
it was Old Guy and Weedman official.
Old Guy held him
Old
off.
Guy,
Look at that. Good
Old
job
Guy,
to
Uh,
those
man.
two.
Congratulations to those two. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to bring in, we're going to end this while they qualify in this chat. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Irish Manus, and we'll get a talk with our third place runner up here, see his thoughts on this dash process. I think I have him. Sure do.
Are you going
Okay.
to?
I
Oh, yeah,
suggest
yes,
him
yeah.
to different
Gotcha.
options. And then, guys, what I would do, Jake, when you get up there, since you're Xfinity commentator, if Irish joins, I would go ahead and, because he'll be racing on Saturday, so you can go ahead and just friend request him.
Okay.
Give him a few seconds. I don't know if he'll join. Not really talk to him a whole lot. All right, here he is. Irish, do you have your notifications set to always allow?
Voice. Voice.
Not notifications,
Voice,
yeah, your
yeah,
voice.
yep, yeah, yeah,
Jesus, Taddy. Come on now.
Been a long day. So are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Irish, third place, first runner up
We're
on
going
the
green.
dash. I know that stinks. What were you thinking sitting back there, seeing those two? It looked like they were working together, seemingly impossible task, trying to get by a couple guys, but on your own. What was your mindset there those last few laps?
They say they can't hear him out there. They can't hear him.
Okay, so you got to go to party settings and just
Wait,
set it
wait,
to
wait, wait,
always
wait.
allow.
It may not be that. You have to be in the game. You can't be like in the PlayStation menu. I noticed that if it's on and you're not in the game, you won't be able to hear.
All right, now I got my always allow set for my voice to be shared.
There
Yeah,
we
so
go. There
just
we go.
be in
Yep.
the game. Just don't be in the party menu where you see all of us. You know what I
Ten
mean?
four. I'm there.
Copy.
All right, yeah, they got you. Go ahead. So yeah, same question. Just now it's on you. Go ahead and answer it.
Well, the last few laps there, I was kind of dancing around the outside to see if I could get the right angle to get a run on them because they were glued to each other on the bottom, and there was just no way I was getting around them on my own. So, you're just trying tactics to hopefully have that chance to get around them.
I saw you practice quite a bit trying to practice getting your run. You seem to be the car that made more moves than anybody else out there. Mind you, we only had 3 cars towards the end, but how was it trying to get that run? Did you have something in your mind thinking coming to the white or maybe 2 to go, what was going to happen?
Yeah, I got about, I don't know, just past the apex of the turn, I noticed if I turned down the side just a little bit more and let it kick out wide, I could get a hellacious run on him. But I could get to the rear quarter panel of the leader, but once we started going into the next turn, all my momentum was gone, and without any assistance, that bottom line just held true.
Hey, well, you did a good job. I noticed that also the 18, when the 74 got by, you actually made it to second place, but all of a sudden the 18 decides to go high and pick up the 74 again. What was that like?
I was starting to wonder if they were teammates.
Starting to gang up on you. It was a good race for sure. I saw a lot of good moves. A couple incidences But you definitely seemed like the guy that laid back. You weren't pushing the front two. You were just kind of minding your own P's and Q's, still trying to practice that run. I think you did a great job out there. So congratulations on, well, I guess not really congratulations, but tough break for you, and hopefully we'll see you in the next race.
Oh yeah, it was a good run. I thank Giggity for the opportunity. It was a blast and a good learning experience for the Saturday's race.
Puddin'?
Yeah, man, you guys put on one heck of a show for that dash. Daytona is always one of those crapshoot tracks. You just got to be careful. You got to put yourself in the right position. You guys all were working really hard to stay up in those the catbird seat position for you guys. So congratulations on a good run tonight. Yeah, and we look forward to seeing you for sliders.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, that was it. That's the dash. Here we go in the Pro Stock Xfinity Series and Giggity Racing for Jake and Taddy. We are going to jump off real quick. They're going to get them all ready, firing up the engines, put the fire suits on, strap those helmets down tight, and we're going to go custom style Daytona Racing and Xfinity tonight in the Pro Stock Series here in Giggity. Thanks for
We
everybody
got
tuning in.
21. We got 21 regulars and now 2 dash drivers, making a total of 23 cars getting ready to get racked and stacked and ready to go green at Daytona.
Oh, it gives me goosebumps when you say it like that. We'll see you guys here in about give it about 10 minutes, and we're going to do it.
Probably
Like,
5. They're already qualifying. They're getting ready to go qualifying now.
all right.
Ah, right on. Are we gonna make it?
All right, guys. You got, yep, you got Jake, Taddy, and Mr. Puddin'. We're all out here. We will talk to you here in just a couple minutes after they get done qualifying. Bye.